Hey guys, I just wanted to give you some information, some instructional information for that matter. So I want everyone to listen to this audio, don't click out. First of all, um, for those of you who listen to the subliminal, so love clients, if you don't like the subliminal for some reason, the music, right? I do have another option that has nature sounds. So if that would be nicer for you to listen than the music in the subliminal that you already have, because some people have told me that they don't like it, the music. I have a different option. So if someone wants to try this option, please message me and I will email it to you completely free, of course, no charge. We're just gonna exchange your subliminal basically. So yeah, let me know. Okay, I have two topics today. I'm gonna start with the first one. And the first one is gonna be self-diagnosing and diagnosing other people with mental disorders. And by these, I don't mean diagnosing yourself or someone else with attachment styles or anxieties, depressions, and things like that. I think I'm talking about like serious diagnoses like borderlines, bipolars, all sorts of things like that. So even narcissism, because basically all humans have something narcissistic in them, some tendencies. It doesn't mean they're like full blown diagnosed narcissists. So I'm telling you this because every now and then I will get a client, well, not a client, a potential client that I'm going to refuse, that will tell me their ex has this, this, and this. And then I'm going to ask if this is something that's been diagnosed, and they're going to say, no, I Googled it. And the symptoms, yeah, they have all of them. And this is how they base their diagnosis. So it's the same as, I don't know, if I have some symptom, some physical symptom, let's say, I don't know, something hurts, whatever. And I Google it. And Google will, like, in the first results, first two, it will be cancer. Because it can be a symptom of cancer. Pretty much anything can be a symptom of cancer. And I'm going to diagnose myself with a cancer. I'm not going to see a doctor and see if what's actually wrong with me or if anything really is. I'm just going to say, oh, I have cancer. So nothing, I'm going to wait until I die because I have cancer. It's basically the same thing. I'm like obviously giving you an extreme example as always because I want you to understand it. But that's what it is. Like, seriously, people, come on. You can't diagnose people with Google. And if a person has not seen a professional, and even with these like illnesses, like borderlines and things like that, professionals have a hard time diagnosing it because I'm not going to get into exactly why, but usually it can be a few different things, and it's really hard to determine which one it is sometimes, depending on a person in a situation. So just because someone has some past traumas and has some attachment issues and then lashes out at you does not mean they're like a mental patient, okay? Does not mean they have a serious mental illness. This is normal. I think it happens to majority of people that sometimes we just have enough. Sometimes we don't know how to express our needs and communicate our needs, and then over time we just have this breakdown when we kind of get a bit, as you call it, crazy. Okay, this especially happens to women. You have to understand, I've noticed that men don't really have any understanding for this. Women are different hormonally. They have different cycluses over the month, um, and over their lives as well, where their hormones are going crazy, and it has, symptoms and reactions. Also, often women have some traumas or some self-esteem issues that will make them react in a certain way to certain things. Some things will trigger them. They have trauma quite often. They've been cheated on, or they've been, um, not necessarily cheated, but had bad experiences in the past, whatever it is, and it makes them react a certain way. It doesn't mean they're crazy at all. It just means they don't know how to cope with their emotions. They don't know to express their needs. And yeah, those are issues, but they're not mentally ill. Okay, it's a different thing, and it's fixable. Okay, and usually they don't have it without absolutely no reasons. So keep that in mind as well. So I just want everyone to stop giving diagnoses, um, such hard diagnoses by Googling someone's symptoms or whatever. It's not how it works. Giving a diagnosis is hard. It's a lot of work, and actually a therapist needs to, or a psychiatrist, whomever, needs to actually see the person, talk to a person, and run some tests. Okay, it's not that you just Google this person did this and this once and oh wow, they're borderline. It's not how it works. Okay. All right. Now that's what I've noticed with potential clients. Now I'm gonna tell you what I noticed with my clients that I have in coaching. So as you know, I do limited coaching. By limited, I mean I take very little clients for that. But I always start with them with techniques they might have been doing, law of attraction techniques that they might have been doing, just to see where the problem lies and what they have been doing wrong. And I have noticed so much stuff that they have been doing wrong. So I'm just gonna go through some of the biggest mistakes. You already have a lot of audios um, on these type of mistakes, right? On this channel. So what we have learned is that YouTubers that give advice on law of attraction are not as experts. They're just people with limited knowledge or no knowledge at all. So they don't have much knowledge more than you do. And they're trying to teach you something, to coach you. And basically, most of their coaching is based on affirmations that do not work and that create obsession. Also, imagining scenes that create obsessions. And everything, basically almost everything that they tell you is completely wrong and even harmful for you. And someone needs to talk about this, because a lot of my clients have told me they tried this and this, nothing worked, and they feel even worse. Number one thing is, it doesn't work, it can't work. There's no possible way it can work, and I'm gonna explain it. Another thing is that your brain is gonna have a reaction to it, and it's gonna be more neediness and more desperation and more obsessiveness. Okay, so basically what they're trying to sell to you. So they're doing it for the views, obviously, to get YouTube money. They're doing it to sell you coaching, to get money, and their coachings are incredibly expensive. They're selling incredibly expensive courses where they just say this, probably the same stuff they say in the videos, which will just get you to be more obsessive. So they're claiming that your thoughts manifest your reality, which is completely not true. I'm gonna be polite and say not true. And also can drive people crazy because people will be, oh no, I can't be thinking that, it's gonna manifest. That's not how it works. Yes, people have all sorts of thoughts in the day, and if you're gonna be trying to stop the negative ones and thinking now they're gonna manifest and you're gonna live in fear of those thoughts manifesting, you're gonna go crazy, okay? Okay. So, just to prove to you that thoughts do not manifest, I'm gonna give you a couple of examples from my own childhood. So I'm not anymore, but I used to be a hypochondriac. When I was a child, I was a big hypochondriac. And I would imagine, even when I was like 5 years old, that I have all sorts of cancers and I'm dying and everything. So I was actually thinking I have cancer, you know. I was thinking it almost every single day for decades. And, nothing happened. I'm still alive, right? Or when I was a kid, I had so many fears and traumas. I was thinking if I go somewhere by car, there's gonna be an accident and I'll die. Never happened. I was thinking if my mom goes to a store, something's gonna happen to her. Nothing happened. Like we all have fears and we all have all kinds of thoughts. Most even I would tell you this is a scientific proof, unlike what they're saying. Most thoughts we have never come true. So most fears we have never come true. Almost none of them come true. Facts. So in their interpretation, all of it would come true, right? Because everything we think, we create our reality with our thoughts. And they're basically what they're doing is I don't know, their intelligence is not big enough to comprehend what it really means that our thoughts are like manifesting our reality. It merely means that our thoughts do manifest our vibration in ways that if we're gonna think all the negative thoughts and see ourselves as victims and be in victim mentality, our vibration is gonna be low. And if we are having more positive thoughts, seeing positive in things, and knowing we're not a victim and that we are powerful and have power over our lives, our vibration is going to be high. So that's what it's about. It does not mean that everything you think is going to happen. Therefore, your fears will not come true, but also if you are forcefully thinking, my ex is back, that's not going to happen either. It's not how it works, okay? So that's number one. Number two, affirmations, we already talked about that. So also saying something, repeating something does not make that thing happen. That's not how it works, because that would be great, wouldn't it? You just repeat for 5 minutes a day something and it happens. No, that is not how affirmations work. Affirmations are not bad if you use them properly. And for you to learn that, you have my exercises, my vibration exercises. So I'm not going to get into it because I know that most of you are already doing them. If not, do them and you will see explanations about how to actually use it and how it actually works. Again, it works on your brain just by making your vibration higher and making you believe something's possible. It does not manifest your eggs back, okay? That's not how it works. So it just merely opens up a gate for the spell to work faster. That's it. Okay, and then we have another thing that I've noticed people have been doing because, people on YouTube said to, and that is imagining scenes every day of something you want to happen, because then that scene is gonna actually become your reality. Doesn't I'm sorry, my neighbors are starting to be noisy. I apologize. Anyways, does that work? No. Can that work? No. Because if you're going to obsess yourself with a certain scene and imagine it all over again, you're just going to get obsessive and needy for it. So it's going to be counterproductive. It's going to make you needy and obsessive and like in this state of, I don't have it, I need it, I need it, I'm desperate for it. Don't do that. What works a lot better is focusing on yourself, because then your energy clears up and your vibration raises, and you're not sending those desperate, needy energies around to people. Like when you're imagining a scene, okay? Don't do that. Don't do any of that. I want to stay polite. Any of that stuff, okay? Because it's not gonna work and it's only gonna do you harm. Like there's so many people that have gone like really mad from all of these techniques, because that's what they mostly do. They do not work. There is no science behind them. They can't work. And also there, all of these, like some of these law of attraction sentences are taken completely wrongly, because people have been like taking them literally, sorry. Just like some people have been taking some sentences from religious books literally. It's never like that. For example, there's this sentence, living in the end, right? And I know what it would actually mean, but the way it was explained was like pretending you already have your wish. So basically, being delusional and thinking, oh, I'm married already to Tom. And that's completely something that can't work, right? It can only drive you crazy, it can make you more obsessed, more needy, and that's not living in the end. What living in the end really should mean is basically you being in high vibration, you being content where you are. Because if you were married to Tom, you would be happy. You would not be needy, desperate, or worried, right? You would not be chasing Tom if you had him. So basically, it just means calming yourself down, focusing on you, being a happy individual, being happy where you are, and that's basically it. Okay? So I really wanted to explain all of this once again, because in my coaching, I've noticed that people have actually been doing all of these things wrong, falling for these things, and now it's harder for them to get out of it. So please stop those techniques. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna talk about are the collective tarot readings on YouTube. We have talked a bit about that as well. Now, I don't think that all of those tarot readers are scammers. I think some of them are really talented tarot readers that do get messages and everything. So I have a much better opinion about them than about those coaches. However, the thing with collective readings is that it's a reading for a whole bunch of people. So even though some parts of the reading will resonate with your situation, and often, like most people watching those readings will be people that have some problems, right, in their relationship, and most of them will be people that are trying to get their exes back. So that's why the stories will often resonate with you, because a lot of people have the same scenario, and it's like collective energy reading. Now, the thing is that you can also get obsessive about these readings, because they're going to be telling you outcomes, and usually positive ones, and they're usually just going to be for a couple of people, because it's just going to be energy of a couple of people. There's no way that all of those people with those situations that are watching can get the same outcome. So you're going to get a bit obsessive, you're going to get addicted to those readings. So again, that's why I think they should purely be used for entertainment, nothing serious, because that's the only way a collective reading can really work, because you can't be sure that everything in the reading is meant for you. There's like very small chance for that. you should get an actual reading just for you and your situation. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to film today. I really had a need to film this. I hope everyone is doing well, and bye.